Well, this men at college thing, I've been sort of alluding to it, talking about this a bit, but one of the things is this article just keeps going viral. The premise of the Wall Street Journal article is men are going to college less than women at a rate that in 2 years, they're going to graduate twice the amount. And whether it's good or bad, I don't know. I'll tell you the first thing you could
I honestly don't know if it's good or bad.
Me neither.
Yeah, because part of me thinks is like, will there be a kind of like reactionary thing where at some point just like guys go, man, the fucking amount, the ratio of chicks to guys on campus, we just got to get back into school.
That's a huge part. Me and Danny went to Guelph University, which was allegedly 70-30 girl guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a pussy fest over there. So many pussies. Danny was there, his crew.
It was a real pussy fest.
Such a pussy fest. You and your buddies. There was fucking, but, well, for one, college is for girls. That's a guarantee. For two, if you know that men don't go to college anymore, you might judge men a little differently.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like, because of the fact that like, it's kind of now pretty well known that going to college doesn't guarantee you a job. It guarantees you to be in debt for like a long fucking time. And, you know, maybe 25% of the things you can take are actually useful. And the other 75% are just straight up like, I'm going to college to go to college to get this like worthless fucking receipt that is
never picked up my degree.
I don't have my diploma.
I've never picked it up.
Me neither. I think I still owe money to the library.
Yeah, I owe money to pick something up.
Yeah. Like I took out a book and I never.
They literally they try to stronghold you. They go, we're not going to give you your diploma unless you pay $700. I go, enjoy my diploma.
Yeah, enjoy
fucking
the fucking
losers.
piece of paper. Exactly.
Okay.
But so, well, yeah. So it's like, but I think so, and I think another thing too is like entrepreneurship is so accessible and easy now.
Yeah, I think
like,
so too.
like it's like you can start a business so easily with so little friction, and there's so much information about it that I think people are maybe being like, you know what, I'm going to put off college for a little bit, and then maybe like, you know, they're like, look, it's not for me. The trade, like, you know, trades are paying more than they ever
Trades
have.
are paying more. It's
like
actively hostile towards men.
Yeah, it's like literally like if you're a white guy, like
Academia is actively hostile towards you.
Yeah, you're signing up to just basically go and get into classes where you're just getting told to.
That's the best advice to everyone. It's like, you know, it's fun to make fun of stuff or whatever, but at the end of the day, you can't really control the world. All you can do is put yourself in situations. For example, like if you look at a certain type of thing and you say, you know what, I'm not the guy that they're going to like there. Mm-hmm. Like even, it doesn't even have to always be race. Like if I was to say, go to a fucking, like a fashion thing where it's all gay guys and girls, but I really love fashion. Gay. I know my type of personality just isn't going to be like the biggest hit there. Mm-hmm. Like those people aren't going to, like, I'm not going to be able to connect with these people as they ramble on about the garbage that they like.
Yeah, all the fashion and you're
blowing like, dudes and their boyfriends.
You just think it's so stupid. One thing,
but I just have a gift.
Yeah, I just have this gift for fashion. Yeah, I'm not. This one I'm not sure about, because then there's the other side of it. You go, well, all these ladies are taking on all this debt as well. Then they're gonna
girls are gonna owe so much money that guys are
and
gonna
then the
have to
guys.
pay off.
That's what I'm saying. And so it's like, really, you think you're getting out of this, but you're not.
That's the worst part.
Because you're just gonna fucking hook up with one of these chicks, and she goes, "Yeah, I got all this fucking debt from my gender studies thing." Right. And then like I took this gender studies course. I'm a barista now.
Such a fucking.
And then you're just taking on the debt. So it's like, I don't really know.
We're not even getting out of the debt.
I don't even know if we're getting out of the debt, really.
Are you dating a girl with debt?
No, she's fine.
The funniest thing about the article about college was the amount of women, and you see this with a lot of things, but there were hundreds and hundreds of women commenting, oh, so we don't care about it when a woman has something less, but now that a man has something less and everyone cares, why don't we talk about it in places where women are doing worse? And I'm like, that is all anyone talks about.
Yeah. I mean, I guarantee you.
Have you turned on the world lately.
Well, I'd like to see the other side of this because this is a Wall Street Journal article. Wall Street Journal is conservative. So I would like to see the liberal, like maybe the New York Times version of this.
Well, they wouldn't make that.
Well, no, but they would just be like, oh, 60% of
great work girls.
This is why it's bad. No, they would be like, oh, 60-40 women and men in college, but this is why it's bad.
What would they say?
I don't even know. They would have to come up with some nonsense like they always do with everything because... A podcast first, everybody. Ryan's eating almonds, which is the worst thing you can eat because they get all caught in your throat.
My blood sugar was low.
It's dropping.
And then you got me all sort of worked up by talking about the chocolate bars when I was already having a blood sugar situation.
The sugars are low.
He could have just kept talking, but he had to decide to put me on blast. So that's how he's living.
They're listening. They go, what's that crunching noise? And there's video. People are watching you.
I had no choice. I was literally about to faint.
That's fine. We can't have you faint.
The
Just prepare for this for the rest of the podcast.
No, it's not gonna be gone in 2 seconds. That's why I got the water, fucking novelty size. And all the girls will go. It's just so funny. This is the world they're living in where they go, we only care when a man's doing worse at something. And you go, are you retarded?
Yeah, like have you seen anything recently?
They actually were living in this world where they're posting stuff like that. Why was it not a big girl time when there was less girls? And so there was a lot of that kind of comment. But the biggest mistake that everyone was making, even in the thing that they kind of, this is what people do. 90% of people that are making ridiculous generalizations, this is what they don't do right. They go, yeah, well, good. Women are doing better at one thing, but men are still occupying the top positions in here or whatever, right? And it's like... They go, women are occupying the top position, but it's men. And it's like, they are different generations, moron.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Like it's like you're talking about a 65-year-old man comparing them to a 19-year-old woman.
And they don't even themselves out. If you go, so no men fucking like go to college now, and all these men go to college, you go, well, on average, men are still this. And they go, you don't understand that generational demographics are very important. And they do this with cultures. Like, for example, this is a big thing that other people point out, but they'll always say, oh, like, Mexicans are doing worse than Asians or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Which probably would be true on aggregate anyway. But if you do all the math, like on a lot of these cultures, you find out that on average, Chinese people are 50 and on average, Mexicans are 21.
Yeah, of course.
And
yeah.
it's like, 21-year-olds have less money than 50-year-olds. So it's like, if you look at generations, that data, you have to compare. If you're going to compare guys and girls in different races, they need to be the same age.
Yeah, you have. I mean, obviously, but they don't, because that wouldn't. The more they dig, the problem is the more you dig into any of this stuff for them, the more it disproves their shit.
Yeah,
and they've done the digging in the past where they see something and they go, let me look into that, and they go, this. So then they go, I'll just stop digging.
Yeah.
The solution is to stop looking into.
Well, and they'll literally be like, well, why are there's actually look at all, because there's way more CEOs and men are going to college less, and it's like, well, yeah, because all of this stuff wasn't there when that guy went to school.
Mm-hmm. And it was a white, like, and also you're like, when this guy got the job as a CEO, which he's had for 15 years, it was like a 80% white country.
Right.
And then you go, yeah, so it wasn't actually that crazy when it happened. You're just trying to retroactively.
That's another huge part. Yeah.
Apply the thing. The demographics are shifting, and like you're trying to, it's like lagging, especially in stuff like,
That is a really good point.
CEO
yeah. It's like,
shit.
Look at the 80% of those people. It's like, well, yeah, when all those people started working there, 80% of the country was them.
Yeah, exactly. It was like pretty normal. It wasn't some aberration.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I fucking turn my fucking computer off for a second.
Just have some almonds while we get to fucking.
Hold on.
Just eat some almonds.
Hold on. And we're back in.
And we're back.
Hold on.
It's like we're doing ASMR now.
Oh, it is.
Doing some ASMR.
But the point that I was making last week, but that whether this is good or bad, to me, I don't think it's necessarily good or bad, but I think it is that I'm proud of the boys for making the right decision.
Absolutely.
Because if you're 19 right now, if you're, for certain things, it's probably still the move. If you're going to be a doctor, if you're going to be a lawyer, even if, you want to be in high power finance, like there's certain, if you're going to go to business school, it's still probably the
engineer,
move, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But for a lot of, if you're going to do a general arts degree, the most useless fucking degree in the history of the world.
Insanely.
If you're going to do a general arts degree.
The silence. Yeah.
If you're going to do some fucking degree like that, and you look at the landscape, and it's 1,000% set up for girls, when you finish school, the jobs you get from those degrees, you're going to be at a disadvantage. And then they're saying, and you have to pay a whole bunch of money to do it. If you're not having like your parents pay for it or something, like if you do have to pay for yours yourself, it is 1,000% the logical move to not do this.
100%.
So I think
for that, I mean, dude, when we were in university, it was still, you're like, yeah, general arts degree is useless.
Yeah.
When we went.
Now it's even, not only is it useless, the few jobs you can get, you ain't getting them.
Yeah, you're not getting them. Exactly. It's like if you are a certain demographic makeup, you're not getting them. So you're even worse off. And
it makes no sense to do.
The amount of money, it's
the same reason I can't work at Comedy Central.
No.
The same reason when I was at CBC, it was like everything was against you. And then eventually you go, it doesn't make sense for me to be at a job where I can't fucking thrive or a career.
100%.
Why would you?
Yeah. And
or a relationship or a friendship. Why would you be in anything?
Yeah, there's always solutions to this stuff, though. It's like some people be
this is the free market, kind of.
Yeah, this is the free market. Be like, go do something else. And the thing is, you now have this massive advantage because you're not saddled with $100,000 of debt that doesn't discharge in bankruptcy. Like,
you can always win if you make the right decisions based on what the data is. Yeah. You just need to look at the data. Yeah. Some millennials got the bad deal because it changed in mid-game. But if you're fucking 20 right now, this article, you know the fucking game, what it is.
This article should literally be fucking...
Good work, boys.
60% of college-age men are making better decisions than the women.
And yeah, and if it changes, you can go back after.
Yeah.
But right now, it doesn't seem like the move.
No, not for certain things. And it's
for certain things.
For certain things, it's just like it doesn't. It's these wastes, and
it's more if you're in the middle. If you're this like super fucking overachiever, then whatever, right? You're gonna win no matter what. If you're just your average person, got 70s, and you just go to college because what you do, it might not be what you do anymore.
No.
For example, if you wanted to start a bar, like let's say you're someone that started a bar, it actually actively hurts you.
Yeah, because instead of a fucking bar.
No, but also. That money's not helping you.
No.
The 40 grand could have been 40 grand you started a bar with.
100%. Yeah, no question. You could have gone and worked at a bar for 5 years. And then, the only thing is maybe if you take out these student loans and they make those student loans so accessible and you can't get that loan without being a student, maybe you might not be able to get a loan like that. But still, it's the fact that you're likely to be saddling yourself with this ridiculous debt. And you're not really getting any sort of real skill out of it anymore.
I honestly think it's like a pro boy thing that they just don't do as much. They don't do shit that doesn't make sense as much.
Yeah, we're making better decisions.
And also, the way that so I think the people are grappling, the people that are that want identity politics are sort of grappling with that conclusion because they're saying even when the Wall Street Journal is kind of saying this is a problem or whatever. And then in their thing, they're like, well, maybe men are choosing other things. And they were saying, but they're saying, well, maybe there's less men at college because that's just the choices men are making or whatever. But they're saying that. And it was now do the wage gap. That's the thing. Yeah. Except the choices that men are making are actually going to lead to more money.
Yeah.
then you make more money being a fucking construction worker probably than most jobs with a fucking BA right now as a man.
Oh, easily. Well, I mean that I don't think there's, yeah.
So I think it's just a interesting kind of thing. And it's like, they're grabbing with this. And also this other thing where every guy is kind of like, they're saying, hey, everyone should have free college at the same time where most guys are like, why would I go to college? Makes no sense.
I mean, if it was free, sure. I'm sure that would change the calculus for a lot of people if it was free. If you didn't have like that, it changed the entire decision-making process if you're like not going to be saddled with debt.
Yeah, but even still, a lot of people, it's like,
I'd like
you
to see
still
the
have
numbers.
those 4 years to do something else.
Yeah, but I would like to see the numbers of like, you know, those Scandinavian countries where like college is free or whatever, or like in Europe.
If that changed,
if they have a similar disparity like this, or if
they do.
It's same in other countries.
Yeah, because it's like so all of these institutions are so like favoritism to like girls or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that people don't want to get involved, and it makes less money, dude. I know a million people with fucking girls and guys with BAs that can't do anything with them.
No, like you basically have to go be a lawyer. Like you have to use that and then go do something else.
Do another degree.
Yeah, masters or whatever.
Dude, I'm telling you,
dude, my ex went to college, went to university, got like some English degree, then got a master's in English, spent like a fucking boatload of money.
What does you write at HuffPo now?
No, she's fucking works on video games. And then she went to college for 1 year as a video game designer and already like works as a video game designer.
Has a better job.
Yeah, has a better job, but also it's like there's like these jobs like masters in English. There's no job for that. Like that's just like you're just wasting time. It's
nothing.
Like it's not like you're like, oh, I get a master's in English and then you maybe teach other masters.
It's a real scam.
It's a grift. It's a real racket because these colleges are like these fucking, they need all this money coming in.
Well, I didn't use my degree for anything. I barely did work. I got like 70s
I used my
and
whole
80s.
my degree. I just
joke.
used to explain fucking why chocolate bars are making people skinnier.
Well, I got the same fucking degree as Danny, basically.
Yeah. All I'm using it for is fucking chocolate bars.
Yeah, that's true. Said men are abandoning education in such numbers that they now trail female college students by record numbers, which I personally think is probably due to toxic masculinity. And they said, in the next few years, 2 women will earn a college degree for every man. If the trend continues, said Douglas Shapiro. So a little suspicious.
Tell us more, Dougie.
Mr. Shapiro.
He's probably like, it's Shapiro.
Shapiro.
It's Shapiro.
It's pronounced Shapiro. Executive producer of the Research Center at National Student Clearinghouse. He said college is for girls now, and it's only what dudes would do if they're cucks. Is what? Sorry. For the most part, white men. Ooh, he's got us fuming. Well, he's gonna fucking tell us why we're wrong. Get ready for it. The truth is about to hurt, Danny. Once the predominant group on American campuses, white men no longer hold a statistical edge in enrollment rates, said Mr. Mortison of the Pell Institute. Enrollment rates for poor and working class white men are lower than those of even young black men, Latino and Asian men from the same economic backgrounds, according to analysts for census data for the Pell Institute of the Journal. So
okay, and you're like, okay, why?
Yeah,
like literally, okay, why? And they go because they're literally disadvantaged.
They can't get in.
They like it's like a strike against them.
Yeah, why do you think there's less white guys? This is weird thing.
You go, everything's equal except for this one thing.
For some reason, there's less white guys in school. It's like,
there you go. They're all from the exact same.
Has anything changed?
Background.
And you go, well, we did say we won't admit them.
Yeah, we did say we were going to start actively penalizing them for this color of their skin. That probably has nothing to do with it, but maybe it does. We should look into it further.
But even then, I think you have to go, if you go, is this good or bad? I think what you have to do is you have to look at, in 5 years, you go, who's making more money? And then you go, was it the right decision or not? If you go look and you go, all these guys that went to, didn't go to college, are they making more or less money? Are their jobs better? Are they doing some fucking dumb administration job being an executive secretary with their master's degree?
But here's another thing, by the way, is like if you want the college lifestyle, but you want to go to college. I had a friend who straight up did this where all of our friends. All of our friends went to
I'm
college,
listening.
and then he just moved in with them. He's just like worked his job. He was
Really?
he's a mechanic, and he's like, because he had already done his school.
That's the
and
fucking move.
And he just like lived in a fucking frat house but he worked a job, and then he had a whole like lifestyle.
I mean,
of a
we
college
lived
student,
a
just
frat life after college.
That's what I'm saying. But he's just like, he was our age.
That's the
didn't go to
fucking
college,
move.
and he just
That's the fucking move, bro.
yeah. And he just was like, yeah, I got my whole life. I just have a job.
Body. Well, I'm saying, I had a college experience in college, but I also had a college experience after college with playing in a band for 4 years, living with all of my friends, partying like we were in college. I did that twice. Yeah. So I probably could have just done
a
it once.
master's degree, right?
Fucking move, bro.
The master.
The fucking master.
The fucking master.
Dude, I got a fucking master's degree, bro. For the most part, so the white men have not.
Our American listeners are like, what
Also, the other thing, we always do the Canadian thing, but also when they're saying that, I guess it should just be like, if anything, when they're like white men or the least group that's getting into university, you'd think that Avaris, they just be kind of like, pop the champagne, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we did it.
The Rockettes come out. They're fucking...
White swinging the hammer, but no schooling today.
You know, the funny thing
They're
is
at the top of the heap. No, they're at the bottom of the heap of the application.
under the trash. It's funny too, because then like if all these people who are not doing school,
Expelling the Jews. No,
it's 1939.
we want the Asians and girls. Oh no, Asians are out too.
No, Asians are good.
No, because Asians are the ones that they get penalized too because they have the high marks.
Not after the Stop Asian Hate though. They're back.
Did that stop?
No. They're still getting.
The Asians can't get into Harvard as much.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of them in there.
Bottom of the heap. And college is for girls. Boom, 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 boom. But you can always go back to college. I mean, listen, I was smashing college girls well into my, 20s, early mid 20s.
Absolutely.
I would say not mid 20s, but like, actually, no. I mean, when I dated Maya who we dated for off and on for 6 years, I met her when she was in college. I was 25.
Yeah. It's
College girls gone wild.
It's whatever. Yeah. I mean, again, it's funny too, because there will be some sort of like corollary or whatever to this article where whatever the outcome of this is, then there'll be an article where like if these not white people, but guys who are not going to college now start excelling in something else, and then they're going to have to do this article being like, why are these men now, uneducated college men or whatever, like excelling at so-and-so, and then,
they're going to be like, why are they excelling at this college job?
Yeah, exactly. Or
like comedy, for example.
Yeah.
Or entrepreneurship. How many times are there Bitcoin? Remember, they were like, Bitcoin sexist. And it was like, well, yeah, because guys didn't go to school and they fucking started trading because it's
like Bitcoin is a man
can't be sexist against can't be a fucking sexist against an avatar.
Nope. No, you can't.
Oh, well, you can watch me try.
You can fucking
Lord fucking knows I'll try. Anyways, college is for girls.